Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and this might be one of the most important announcements that Veve has made in some time with this Superior Spider-Man Returns comic book that is a physical Veve and Marvel comic book only that is dropping at the New York City Comic-Con in 2023. This is a massive deal, in my opinion, when it comes to Veve really turning into that big comic book collecting platform, mixing the physical and the digital and bringing people over from the physical side. This is a massive deal. I'm going to talk all about this really quickly right here, just the initial reactions to it. I'm going to show you actually the original comic, in the real world from the first series that came out, just give you a little bit of price on what that one goes for, the physical copies, because there are lots of variants on that one too that you can look up. And we're going to wait for more information about this, but you'll be able to pick this up at the Veve booth, and it's going to go quick because it's an exclusive and there's two different covers, right? So anyway, if you guys do like this video, make sure you hit like. Now, I will be at the Comic-Con and I will be providing as much info as I can, as much video content as I can. So if you want to stay tuned with what's going on there, follow the channel right here, subscribe and stuff like that. And I'll do my best to give you as much video content as you can. And if you're a Drophead member, a member of the channel, I will be trying my best to pick up a copy or two to give out as a giveaway of this particular historic Veve comic, as soon as I possibly can, if I can try to get my hands on some. So I will be there all weekend and I'll see if I can come back for some of this for you guys for sure, right? But let's get into this, you guys. It is first off a beautiful cover right here. And Dan Slott is one of the artists on this, and he's got an extensive background. In case you didn't know, here's some of the stuff that he's done right here. I mean, Miles Morales, Spider-Boy, which is blowing up right now. You can see the Spider-Verse stuff that's going on. I've given a couple of his artworks away on my channel. Here's the comic that's coming out on October 11th right there, the actual main cover. Ours is an exclusive cover right there. You can see that right here. But here's the main cover that's coming. You can see some of the other stuff with the Spider-Boy stuff. It's nuts right here. Here is the Superior Spider-Man original cover right there. That's an omnibus, but that's the original cover from the original #1 comic. But you can see he's got a very experienced, extensive portfolio, and has been working for Marvel for a long time with some of the greatest stuff for sure, right? And this comic, like I said, is only available here. Here's the back of it right here. You can see the Veve logo is right on there. So like I said, this is historic for the Veve platform because, we've been collecting Marvel licensed digital comics, the first ones of their kind, for a couple of years now, and it's been amazing. And what we've wanted is that crossover into the physical space. And now we're actually getting it through Marvel, which is nuts. This is not going to be a digital release right now. You'll have to go to the booth to pick it up. So, this is quite something. So everyone at the Comic-Con, at the New York City Comic-Con, this is what they go for. We go for exclusives. We go for toys that are exclusive, all sorts of stuff. So it's not just going to be Veve people going for this. It's going to be Marvel comic book collectors who want to get their hands on this. And how many copies we have is going to be really interesting to see how many get out there. And of course, you'll be able to get Dan to sign it as well. So that's going to be amazing. And then of course, maybe get it graded when you're there. So it's quite something. Now, David Yu himself, put an X post out holding the physical right there. And obviously he's a massive collector, a comic book collector, and you can see his background there, behind him are all original prints and stuff like that. And, actual artwork, that they use for make some of these Grail comics. He collects that as well. So the owner of the platform is a massive comic book collector, and this is a huge achievement. So he actually was talking in the Twitter space that happened earlier today about the New York City Comic-Con coming up, about how honored this is for him and how this is a big deal for the company and a big deal for Marvel and for Veve as a collaborating unit, just going together. They've already been dropping big, massive comics. And of course, as you know, X-Men 1 is coming in New York City Comic-Con, but this is a different kind of drop that I am, as a physical comic book collector my whole life, am super excited about. So I'm going to do my best to get my hands on this one for sure. Now, like I said, the Marvel comics coming out, this is the releases coming out, the release calendar from October 1st to the 7th. This one's right here. This is the comic right here we're talking about as another cover right there. It actually comes out on the 11th right here. It's coming up soon. But there you go. Slott right there and Stegman right there. Those are the two artists for sure. So if you go back actually to the actual first story, Here's a Campbell cover. This is the Superior Spider-Man right here, a variant right here. But if you click on this one, you'll actually see the different variants. Here's the one right here. This is actually a really amazing story that happened at the end of Amazing Spider-Man, where Doc Ock actually takes over and becomes Spider-Man. You know, they switch brains basically, and he becomes like a superior Spider-Man. And he understands, like Doc Ock actually understands Peter's plight and he has all of his memories. It's a really interesting storyline. And so this is a return story, which is pretty cool. If you want to pick up this copy as a 9.8, you can get this one for a couple $100, no problem. It goes back a little bit for sure. So we'll see how much that affects how much this one will be, this exclusive for Veve. I know the Veve fam is going to assign a lot of value to this and want to buy this up. So we'll see how many copies are printed. This is a variant edition, as you can see right there for sure, right? And we'll find out a little bit more information as time goes on, and I'll find out how many more. This is only coming up in a couple days, you know, so I will follow Veve quite closely right here, and if you know, give you all the information I can as we get it. But you got to go to booth 2153 to purchase yours in person. This is not something you can get online. So like I said, you guys, if you're going to the event, try to grab one if you can. There's going to be a long line. I will do my best to get some back for giveaways here on the channel as well. And I'll report all the information I get as time goes on. But this to me is a real massive turning point and a real like amazing opportunity for Veve to continue to go and with Marvel to produce more physicals, you know, from the actual digitals we have. We have all these exclusive covers over on Veve. And, you know, if we can get some of them turned into physicals, you know, and like actually have them printed or new releases as well. This is a new comic. This is the crazy thing. This is a brand new comic. This one we're looking at here. This is not an older one. So if we can get more of that as well, it's only going to be bullish for the whole platform and legitimizing Veve as a real comic collecting, you know, place to go for physical collectors and the new digital collecting community for sure, right? Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one, and happy collecting.